Oh my gosh, guys, I just started reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I just finished chapter 5. Magero Thera. I still have to think about it because it's like so weird to say. But anyway, she is gonna burn them in hell, I swear. Like, she just basically put such a big trap between Lucian and Tamlin, basically feeding it off and making it seem like her and Lucian are having a thing just so she can break off Tamlin and Lucian's bond. I feel so bad about Lucian though because like he technically wasn't super wrong. I mean, he did things and he didn't stand up for her, but also I can see where he's coming from, you know? So, like he's there to literally serve Tamlin. And in this world, like women aren't really considered equal. They're like literally there to just like basically breed, you know? So I kind of get Lucian. He could have done better, but I mean, there wasn't much he could have done anyway. So I don't know. But that's the chapter update. Things are going down in Spring Court. So basically, what happened is they're like checking the cracks in the wall, and the two royals from Highburn basically hunted three little human kids as like sport. So Lucian and Feyre sent in Boge to like kind of scare them, and so Tamlin was super mad, and then basically Feyre provoked Tamlin by saying like, you sold us out, you made us a whore of, you know, Highburn, and I wanted to regain some of the like respect I lost, blah blah blah. And he like exploded when they said whore, because that's what people used to call Riz, you know. And so now he's no better than Riz, basically, is I think what Tamlin's thinking. And he like destroyed his work office and like injured Vera. And now Riz is sending the like messages through the connections and being like, are you okay? I'm so mad, like he's put a hand on you. I know better to than to say like, be careful, come home and stuff like that. And then our girl is like, technically his magic touched me, not his hand. And then he responded, I'm glad you have a sense of humor about this. I certainly don't. I'm sure he was like mad, you know. And like, I can't believe they're like playing this long game. Like, I hope it doesn't take too long until she can go back to the night court, because for like Riz, it took him 50 years to be liberated and like pretend like he was in love with like Amaratha or whatever, you know. So I hope that's not the case with them, because that would suck. Okay, I'm a little worried now. Okay, so we killed the twin royals, and then Lucian is coming with Feyre to the night court to bring back his mate. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I guess they've been poisoning my girl so that she would be losing her power, and that's what the headaches were. It makes sense. Yeah, okay, that's all. Okay guys, I'm on page 106. They're still like going through the spring court trying to get, not spring, sorry, autumn court. Yeah, Lucian's dad's court. Yeah, anyway, but what I wanted to talk about is, so I joined like an ACOTAR like fan group on Facebook, and I read a spoiler. Should I tell you guys? I don't know which book it comes from. I assume it's probably Wings and Ruin. So basically, Nesta is Cassian's mate. Ah! So the two sisters have been kind of like claimed by their mates. I guess we'll see how it goes. I feel like Nesta will be like a really powerful fae, because like she was such headstrong person, had like really strong opinions and like emotions and willingness to like support and, you know, protect Elaine and stuff like that, as like the oldest sister anyway too. So like And then, you know what? I think Cassian knew from Mist and Fury, because like when they would go to their house, he would be like, you know, at Nesta the whole time. And I mean, Feyre also kind of picked up on it and was like asking him about it. So I think it was kind of expected, but it was like confirmed for me. Also, another kind of like a spoiler I read. I don't know what happened, but this one is from TikTok, of course. And this one, they basically said, yeah, but it was so acceptable because they would never see Feyre as same or equal to Riz. And I was like, oh, what happened? I think Riz is gonna do something probably stupid, I guess. We'll see. I'm so sad. This book is ruining and running my life. Okay, bye. So we are at Winter Court, and basically Lucian's three brothers are trying to hunt them down, and Pharaoh is getting dragged along, but an Illyrian warrior just came up. Cassian! Yay! I think we're gonna survive. 7 red siphons glinted over his scaled black armor as Cassian tucked. Yay! I'm so happy! Because I was like, are we gonna go back to Autumn Court? Because that's basically like going backwards, blah blah blah. So yay! Cassian's here! We're gonna survive. And then Feyre's powers are starting to come back slowly too, so. Okay, also Feyre is so smart, so she's basically like sparing the 3 sons of Lucian's dad because like she wants him as an ally, I guess, in the war. And I'm like, smart. Because like imagine if your sons came home dead. Like I would go to King Hybern as well. So I'm like, good job. That's all. I am too lazy to go grab my tripod, so we're putting you on my nightstand. And we're still reading. So basically we are flying back to the night court. Yay! I hope my boy Riz is there. I'm gonna cry. Okay. Oh, he's not home. But racing home right now. He remains alive. Yeah. Mor's ex-fiance is Eris, which is the older brother of Lucian, the like kind of evil one, so we don't like him. But they're all alive, is what Azriel's telling her. Okay, we did some little introductions in the townhouse, like, you know, who's who and stuff like that. And Riz is about to show up! Indeed, she is. My blood stopped at the voice that drawled from behind me. At the scene that hit me, it woke me. My friends began smiling. I turned. Riz and leaned against the archway in the sitting room, and arms crossed, wings nowhere to be seen, dressed in his usual immaculate black jacket and pants. And as those violet eyes met mine, as that familiar half-smile faded, my fist crumpled. A small broken noise cracked from me. Riz was instantly moving, but my legs had already given out. The foyer carpet cushioned the impact as I sank to my... Aww. I mean, I would definitely be like that too, because like she did hold out as long as she could and like was so strong, and now that she's with her mate, like she can be more vulnerable and like be cared for by him, I guess, you know. Neither did Riz as he murmured, "My love," and kissed me. I no sooner slid my... Go find somewhere else to be for a while. And like, so now she's asking if Riz wants to go over what like she knows from Spring Court, right? And he's saying there are other things I'd rather do first. And this is like a big difference between him and Tamlin, because the second Tamlin came, he was like, tell me everything, you know, that happened at Night Court. So it seems you made yourself quite beloved, holy even. Eris was always a male of limited days. Now Lucian might find himself closer to inheriting his father's throne than he ever expected to be. I think that's like a direct threat to kill Eris.
is basically what Riz is promising, because like he's like, he just showed me what happened on the ice, I'm gonna kill him. You declared yourself high lady. Was I not supposed to? He released my arm to brush his knuckles across my cheek. I've wanted to roar it from the rooftops of Velaris from the moment the priestess anointed you. How typical of you to upend my grand plans. Oh gosh.
Okay, we are on page 189. Not a lot has happened since Farah got home. They've been just like kind of hanging out, and like she is learning about like what they've been doing and like trying to like figure out like what to do. And they're at dinner right now trying to learn. She just declared that she wants to learn how to fly. So actually Israel's gonna teach her because he didn't learn how to fly until he was 11 because he was like tortured and stuff. So okay guys, we are on page 193 and it's actually really cute. So basically what happened is they're like walking down the river after dinner, and what happened is they're like saying like, yeah, let's always call out each other on our bullshit, and you know, when it's our family and even in public we can do it because we're equal and stuff like that. And then okay, hello, we are back. So I'm on page 200 right now, and basically Cassian and Feyre are training for the first time, and he's kind of mad, and she's like, what's going on, what happened, blah blah blah. And our boy is saying, you should have told us you were like the high lady. And Feyre's like, what difference would have it made? And he's like, it would have made everything because you were like his to protect, because you're like his mate. But if you were the high lady, you're like mine, with an emphasis on mine, and Israel's and Moors and Amarans, you belong to all of us, and we belong to you. We would have not have put you in so much danger. And I like was like, ha! The second I read mine. So I don't know, I just thought it was funny. But I think they're kind of mad at that they didn't tell them they got married. That's all I got so far. Okay, still back to that scene where Cassian and Feyre are training, and now they're like basically saying like, well, she's telling Cassian to like suck it up and basically suck it up and like stop being so overprotective when Riz isn't. And he's saying, if don't for one moment think that Riz wasn't beside himself with worry. Oh, he seems collected enough, Feyre, but I know him, and every moment you were gone, he was in panic. Yes, he knew, we knew you could handle yourself, but it doesn't stop us from worrying. Aww. And like, they're like, he's mad because he's mad at her because she thought she wasn't like essential, you know. Oh. Okay, so this is like hitting on their nerves because I guess Riz pulled the same shit 50 years ago when he went to that damn party Amaretta threw. Oh. Literally, Farrah's saying oh, and I'm saying oh too. Okay guys, we're at the pool outside and there's like construction work going on, but we're on chapter 27, and basically what has happened is they went to the Court of Nightmares and made a deal with Care, so they can get the support of the army, and Eris, the older brother of Lucian, also was involved, and like Morgan is like super mad now, and just stuff is going on. Eris, the older brother of Lucian, did admit that like it cost him a lot to even try and save Lucian because his brothers were about to kill him, and like he was the one that helped Lucian cross over to Spring Border and stuff like that, and that he didn't really mean to torture Morgan and like leave her in the woods and stuff like that. So I'm like, I wonder if like deep down he's alright, and that's why Riz has agreed to work with him, because like he can read minds, you know. But also maybe not, because the older brother, he has powers where he can like defend himself against the Daimati or whatever, I don't know how to say it, but like people that can like shift minds and like
make things forget or whatever. Okay, so we just finished chapter 27, and it was basically like in the townhouse, everybody talking about what the heck that happened. And then the strange thing about the whole chapter is Elaine came down and she talked about one of her dreams, and she's like, she's awake and like blah blah blah. And I'm wondering like if somehow Maritha is alive, because maybe she is. And Riz did say that like if he came, or if she came to the townhouse right now and offered to like help and like chance at winning the war, he would totally like get in with her and like, you know, have her help basically. So I'm like, I wonder that if that's gonna be the case. And then second thing, the mirror. I betcha Feyre, if she looked at it, she'll be fine. I know they said like the mirror is gonna be like a terrible thing and everybody loses their mind and stuff like that. But I'm also thinking maybe it will be Nesta who looks into the mirror, because like everybody thinks she's like the incarcerating, whatever it's called. So that's that. And I think Elaine has some sort of powers that she can look into the future. So those are my theories so far. Okay, everybody, we are on chapter 31, 322 page. So basically what's happening right now is they're running away from the King Hybern's forces inside the library, and everything is kind of clicking in for Feyre that Elaine is like, how do you say, like she can like sense, look into the future. Because like she was saying like ravens are coming and stuff like that, and these people are like ravens. Well, they're not people, but you know, the king's forces. So Elaine had now sensed it, had tried to warn us. I knew it. Okay, so it is Friday morning. It is Friday morning, yeah, and we're just waiting. There's Alex cameo. We're on page 370. Basically what happened is Hybern's forces just attacked the summer court, and then Feyre, Riz, and Morgan, and just like everybody tried to come and help. And now we're like at the end of it. They're talking to Tarkin, the High Lord of summer court, and he's saying like, I thought you came to finish the job and stuff like that. And so we'll see. That kind of is scary because they were wanted to be friends, but then they obviously like tricked him and stole half of the book, and now he hates them and has like blood rubies on their heads. So yeah, that's all I got so far. We'll see what happens. I feel like he'd be a good ally, but I don't know if he can move past the rubies, because yeah, I don't know. It just sucks, and Riz was so sad when they deceived him too, so hopefully it'll be better. Okay, so the scene is they just had like a really cute wholesome moment. Riz was like, yeah, when we were at summer court is the first time I like felt hope and stuff like that. And now Feyre is trying to convince him that they shouldn't play their roles and just like put out their real selves in front of the High Lords instead of like being the Night Lord and stuff like that. So hopefully that works out. But I just thought the scene was so cute because they're like, that was the first time I had hope, or like whatever, and I'm like, so there you go, that's all. I'm gonna start crying. And Alex thinks I'm dramatic. Okay, he's like literally right here. Guys, okay, so we just got back to the townhouse, and Nesta is asking, where's Cassian? I just know that they're mates. Okay, because first of all, like I could feel it in book 2, and then I also kind of read a spoiler on Facebook. But like you could just feel it, and then like it makes sense that they would be mates, because especially if like Nesta has something from like death. And Cassian, like, he said it somewhere in this book, I think, where he was like, I'm always so close to death. Like, I, like, walk along it or whatever. And I was like, that's why you guys are attracted to each other. I don't know. Okay, let's anyway see. I didn't think I'd ever hear his name from her lips. Cassian had always been him or that one. Nesta had been pacing in the foyer. Oh, as if she was worried. I opened my mouth, but Moore beat me to it. He's busy. That's all I got. Okay. Keep your forked tongue behind your teeth. I think Moore is kind of like jealous, maybe. Yeah, she's kind of jealous, I think. Okay, we're at chapter 40 right now. I feel like I'm doing so many updates right now, but anyway, on Facebook again, I saw like post that was like all the monsters, so like the Weaver, I think the Bone Carver, and like what's that animal or the monster that like knows everything and she trapped him twice? Those were like having tea or something, and they were like chatting and like, yeah, she like didn't know about the ring and like blah blah blah, and they were like kind of gossiping that Feyre didn't know or something like that. And now I'm like, what does the mirror have to do? What does the ring do? I bet they all have some sort of like secret like power or something that would have helped Feyre, but they're just scared to like claim it, I guess. I guess we'll see. But so now the bone carver is asking them like, you're afraid to claim the mirror, why? And you're not afraid of it and stuff like that. So I'm like, I wonder what the mirror has to do. I bet because of that post, I'm thinking the bone carver wants to help them, and this is like his subtle way of trying to like lead them in the right direction. Okay, but does everybody feel like they're like friends every time they say "I owe you for last night, mate" and stuff like that? Like, you know, like the British people saying "mate, mate, hey, what's up, mate" type thing. I'm like, I know what they mean, but it just kind of seems funny to me. Okay, chapter 42, and we are about to go to meet with the High Lords, and Nesta finally decided to come along and like kind of tell the High Lords about her story, I guess. And she's just saying, I do not want to be remembered as a coward. Yay! So she's gonna come. And I know book 5 is from like her point of view, so I guess it'll be good that she's coming. We'll see. Okay, so we just got to the meeting, and basically Moore is like super friends with a girl named Vivienne, and she's Callias's wife, and she's like saying, I tried to suggest she stay at home, or he's saying, but she threatened to freeze my balls off. It's kind of funny that like all of these High Lords are like still kind of threatened and ruled by their wives. I thought it was kind of cute. And then Riz said, sounds familiar. You two do realize that this is a serious meeting, Riz is saying. Aw, so I think they're gonna be kind of friends. Cute. It seems like their personalities would like match good. So we're about to meet the third. This is an advertisement by Sony, I guess. We're about to meet the third High Lord for Helion. I saw a lot of like posts that were shipping him, being like Helian's daddy. So I guess we'll see. Does Tamlin know what she is? I mean, which one are we talking about? Her being like combination of all their powers, or the mate of Riz? If you mean beautiful and clever, then yes, I think he does. Does he know that she's your mate and High Lady? High Lady? Vivian squeaked, but Morse shushed her, drawing her away to whisper. Vivienne is asking her husband, why can't I be the High Lady as well? Aww. The others arrived late. That's kind of annoying. Gotta be practical. Aww. Had no clue that he had loved her his entire life. Like the, what's his name? Callian? Okay, that's kind of my name. Callias, I mean. To tell Vivian he loved her, and then he begged her to protect their people. So she had. Oh, sad. Aww. And then knelt down and kissed her to be his wife. Oh my god. All these people. They went an hour later to a temple and swore their vows.
And the night during the Vivian grinned at Moore. The mating bond at last snapped into place. Aw, that is kind of like that's cute. Tarkin is here. Okay, so I think now everybody except Tamlin is here. Oh, just kidding. We forgot about Lucian's dead. Baron is here now. All of his sons had arrived. I think Eris, the older brother of Lucian, might be a decent guy. Like, I think he just puts up a mask just like Riz and stuff did. So hopefully in the end he ends up being somewhat decent. It's no surprise that you're tardy, given that your own sons were too slow to catch my mate. I suppose it runs in the family. Why is Riz like poking him? You know what I mean? I think Tamlin just came. Yeah, because he was just talking and being like, what do you want us to do, blah, blah, blah. And then Riz basically got cut off. It was almost the same, the entrance, almost the same as the night in my family's old cottage when the door had shattered and the beast had charged in with a freezing cold and roared at us. He did not bother with the landing balcony or the escorts. He did not have an entourage. Like a crack of lightning, vicious as a spring storm, he venomed into the chamber itself, and my blood went colder than Callias's eyes as Tamlin appeared and smiled like a wolf. Okay, yeah, like, but also, I know she just said, like, there's no entourage and stuff, because there is no entourage. Like, all the soldiers don't like him anymore. Lucian is gone, and so that's, like, all there is. It's just him. Absolute silence, absolute stillness. So this is chapter 44 now. It would seem congratulations are in order. Ah! When you fuck her, have you noticed that the little noise she makes right before she climaxes? Ah! Tamlin is a child. Be careful how you speak about my high lady. Israel, my boy! He's so good. I love him. We need a girl for Israel, though. What an asshole. He's like basically saying, like, why would you serve in my court when you can rule in his? He's just here to, like, ambush the meeting. Vivian's face drained of color. Riz went on. I convinced her that it would serve little purpose. Who knew that a cock could be so persuasive? Oh my god. Where did she confine you? It's like to her bedroom. Still spread your legs for him and stuff. I don't like how Tamlin is talking to Feyre. That's so rude. Watch it. Cassian, he's my boy. Okay, honestly, Cassian and Israel, chef's kiss. What do you want? I hissed. An apology for me to crawl back to your bed and play nice, little wife? Why should I want spoiled goods returned to me? Tamlin. It just kind of proves he never loved her. Like, how could you do that? He is the most powerful High Lord of all time, obviously. Okay, we're gonna stop here because a new chapter is about to start, and I think the video is just becoming too long for me to edit. Okay, but let's talk about what I feel so far. Tamlin is just here to ruin the meeting, and he does have like a bargain with King Hybern, so I don't think he can just like kind of disobey it and betray it, because the cost of betraying magic is so high, especially since the king does have the cauldron. So I feel like he's just here to like ruin it for the Night Court to try and make any allies. I rescind the blood rubies. Let there be no debts between us. Oh god, we can be friends with Summer Court. I'm excited because I think you know how upset Riz was after getting those blood rubies, you know, and so I feel like they can be friends now if the war is ever successful. Okay, anyway. Don't expect Amar to return her, Cassian muttered. She's grown attached to it. Yeah, it's her paperweight. What are you talking about? Hey, the fighting is starting. I don't know how many minutes it has been since, you know, they made that little bet, but Israel is basically at Eris's throat because he insulted Moore.
Okay, so Aziel is like basically more powerful than Baron because Baron is trying to like break through the blue shield and it's not going off. Call off your overgrown bat, Baron ordered Riz. Helion laughed. My girl is making jokes and making High Lords laugh. Oh, Helion also made a bet with his people. Would you rather face Hybern without any power? Because Baron is asking like we're supposed to just ingest this magical powder. So yeah. Well, he sounds like just like an anti-vaxxer because like he's like I don't want to take this because we don't know, and if the time comes when I can't use my power, we will deal with it. Am I gonna be banned from YouTube? Why is Baron keep on insulting people? Like didn't they learn that if you insult Feyre's family, you're gonna get basically killed? Nesta, my girly defending Cassian. Ooh. She basically just said, because Baron was saying, I don't take orders from bastards of lesser Fey whores. And Nesta said, that bastard may wind up being the only person standing in the way of highborn forces and your people. She didn't so much as look at Cassian as she said it, but he stared at her as if he'd never seen her before. Nasian, maybe? Casta is coming up. I don't know, I'm trying to come up with shipping names. I think the former is the popular choice. Oh, fire exploded out of me. Ah, we just gave away Pharaoh's power. Ah, that was not supposed to happen, Pharaoh. She is showing all her powers now. She's even using the water from the pond. Oh my god. I love it when Riz says my love, darling, and like all these cute kind of old love languages. What are those called? Name calling names? What? No. Puppy names? Pet names? Pet names. I think it's called pet names, right? But I love it when he says like darling and my love. It's cute. I think it's cute. That was how we got through my worst Tarkin River. Oh my god, we're caught red-handed. I wonder where it went. That little bit, so small, like a fish missing a single scale. But I still felt whenever something brushed against that empty spot. A smirk I risked. No wonder you made her high lady. Ah! Okay, so I think everybody's kind of like in terms. I bet you Baron is gonna be the only one that's gonna be pissed. I made her high lady, Riz said, simply lowering his hands from my face but not leaving my side because I love her. Her power was the last thing I considered. Did you master the ice? Kellius asked. I gave a shallow nod. All of it. You saved us under the mountain. Losing a kernel of power seems a worthy payment, Tarkin said. Thank you. See, I think he's gonna be a good friend. Okay, chapter 47. We're gonna start again. And my camera is actually about to die soon, so we will be not doing the whole chapters. I'll just come back to you.